What are 10 benefits of understanding your INFJ personality type? There are a lot of misconceptions as to the benefits of personality type in general. So let's dive in to learn a few benefits of understanding your type. To begin with, when you understand your INFJ personality type, you'll understand what motivates you on a deeper level. This is one of the quintessential reasons INFJs are drawn to Myers-Briggs in general and to understanding their own personality type. They are one of two types that really appreciate getting themselves. INFJs and INFPs in particular like to understand who they are because they're on a quest for identity. And you could say the same thing about ENFPs and ENFJs as well. But in addition to that fact, INFJs think in the categories that the Myers-Briggs lays out. And that's partly because INFJs were behind the creation of the Myers-Briggs personality system. Carl Jung was the theorist who gave birth to a lot of the ideas behind the theory, and then Catherine Briggs took many of his ideas and then made them more accessible to the hoi polloi, to most of us. So those two people were INFJs, or at least it's thought that they were INFJs, and the way that they approached understanding people and categorizing different types of abilities in people is very much the way INFJs like to think. In addition to understanding what motivates you in particular and what motivates other people, you will also better understand your relationships, why you relate well to some people at work, in your family, or with whom you rub shoulders on a day-to-day basis, and then why you have conflict with the same sorts of people or different kinds of people. It just helps you understand where people are coming from and why they do what they do. And again, that ties back into motivations. But since we are connected to so many people and since relationships are such an essential part of our life, it's important to understand how we get along and how we can do a better job of getting along. And understanding your personality type and the personality types of other people can be helpful. And it's one of the benefits of Myers-Briggs, helps us connect better in general. One of my favorite benefits of understanding your INFJ personality type is that you'll understand your unique gifts. This is great because it will prevent you from wasting a lot of time becoming someone you were never meant to be. And since there aren't very many INFJs compared to the population at large, it's easy to hear the throng of voices telling us, you should be like us, you should be different. And that's not to say we can't learn a lot of very good things from other people, because we can. But it's also important to remember that we have special abilities that we should lean into and hone, and it's okay to be different because actually other people need us to be the way we were wired to be and to use our gifts to serve them. And we'll be happiest when we're being true to ourselves. So when you understand your gifts, you can prevent yourself from wasting time becoming someone you were never meant to be. And you can also do a better job developing the special abilities that will help you serve others and ultimately enjoy your life quite a bit more. So gifts is another great benefit of understanding your INFJ personality type. Number 4 is the flip side of the last point. In addition to understanding what you do well, you'll also understand where you're going to experience challenges. Whenever you have a strength, you almost always have a weakness that accompanies that strength. And that's true of each and every personality type. It's important to know your weakness so that you can compensate for it and you can get people who are good at that thing to help you. That will prevent you, again, from doing things you shouldn't be doing. And it'll also help you to be careful and not to blow your strengths by getting some people, again, to help you with your weakness. And it's also something you can just keep in mind so that you're not hurting other people or hurting the work that you do. Again, we all have blind spots, and that's another big reason why we need other people to help us see those blind spots and work through them, and also to help us grow in general. What comes from weaknesses and blind spots? when we're forced into a situation that's not our strength, or there are a lot of big life changes or circumstances we can't control, or where we have to work in a scenario that maybe we're not using our gifts, any of these sort of situations can lead to stress. And stress is something that your INFJ personality type can help you understand too. With Myers-Briggs, you can figure out the two ways you respond to stress. There's a level 1, where when you're under some stress, you're going to lean mainly into what you prefer, which is introverted intuition. And when you're really under stress, you're going to go and revert to your inferior function, the one that is an Achilles heel of sorts. So for us, that's extroverted sensing. So just knowing this can help us, again, to plan ahead and have steps or actions we can take to get out of these stress situations, or at least to recognize that we're under stress and to pull back and take a break or get some help so that we don't stay stressed, or we can do something to prevent the cause from happening again. We can learn from the circumstance. So your INFJ personality type can help you understand what stresses you and how to avoid that in the future. Number 6 is your favorite world. What I mean by that is that introverts and extroverts both have a favorite world in which they like to operate. Extroverts enjoy a lot of activity, a lot of social interaction, and outward projects. And it's not that introverts don't like projects, but introverts are best in the world of thoughts and ideas, where they can work things through and take the time they need to process in their minds. And they're really good at focusing for extended periods of time, specifically INFJs. So as an INFJ, you're always going to be happiest when you have several hours to yourself on a regular basis, on I'd say almost a daily basis, where you can dive into your unique, creative, reflective, analytical, thoughtful world of thinking, where you can make connections and delve deeply into things that you care about and that interest you to do some kind of original work. So understanding your INFJ personality can help you know that you will always be happiest when you can work in that kind of world. And if the world you're living in asks you on a regular basis to avoid doing that at any time, you're probably going to be frustrated because you're not using your greatest strength on a regular basis. Flowing out of your favorite world to work in is your work style and your ideal work. So when you understand what motivates you, how you're wired, who you like to relate to, who you like to help, what stresses you out, what your gifts are in your favorite work world, all this kind of comes together to help you design a work environment where you're at your best. And a lot of the time we have in life, we spend working, for better or worse. That's where we spend much of our time. Now, it's not necessarily the most important thing, but it is a very important thing. So determining what you're going to do for work is critical, and you need to put some thought into it. That's another benefit of understanding your personality type. It can help you find the kind of job that's going to be a good fit for you and something that you should put some time into again. I don't know if you had the experience where one level of school was more enjoyable than another, whether it was elementary school, middle school, high school, or college. I distinctly remember enjoying college more than any other level. And that leads into another benefit of understanding your personality type. It's the fact that different personality types have different learning styles. And as an INFJ, you can understand your favorite type of learning by understanding your personality better. So for me, being in college where I had time to explore on my own, to think and read in depth, was a great joy. And then I could reflect and write about what I had learned. And that tends to be a good fit for many INFJs. Again, it's not one size fits all. It's a pattern. So your favorite way of learning might be a little bit different. But in general, you can understand how you enjoy learning. And that can be helpful as you press into studies and you try to figure out where you're going to be the most successful when you're studying and trying to learn a particular subject matter. Number 9 is your life's journey. When you understand your INFJ personality type and how type develops over time, you can look back over your life and start to make sense of why you did what you did, because personality type develops as cognitive functions develop, or I should say, as cognitive functions develop, your personality type develops. And there's actually a timetable at which this happens. So it's interesting to look back at your life and see what you were doing, and then maybe related to personality type, why you were doing that thing. And then finally, number 10, to continue that train of thought, if you can look back and see how your life progressed and unraveled, you can look ahead and continue to predict what a good step would be based on how people of your type have moved forward in the future. People have already been down the road you're about to go down. You can look at the general pattern for how they did that and then make your own plans according to what most people are doing and what you'd like to accomplish yet. So it can help you plan the future and do it effectively. As a side note, the points that I've shared don't make up an exhaustive list. There are other benefits to understanding your personality type. And of course, we could delve more deeply into each of these particular topics. The first one in particular, having to do with motivation, we could talk about at great length. So this isn't all there is when it comes to personality type, but these are a few of the major benefits of understanding your INFJ type. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it served you. If you'd like to learn more about your INFJ personality type, I'd love to give you a copy of my book, The INFJ Personality Guide, for free. The book will teach you more about what you do and why you do it, as well as go into some common INFJ challenges and offer some solutions to those challenges. And ultimately, I hope that the book encourages you and teaches you that you're not messed up or broken, only different, and that you do have unique gifts that the world needs you to bring to the table. You can get this book, again, for free, one of two ways. The first way is to text the letters INFJ to the number 444999, or you can visit ispeakpeople.com/INFJ-personality-guide and download a copy there. That link will be in the description below this video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope, again, that this video was helpful to you. If you aren't already subscribed to the channel, I'd encourage you to hit that subscribe button. There are new videos exploring the INFJ personality type, what motivates you, why you do what you do, why certain problems come about, and how to solve those problems in the future. And I'd love for you to be a part of this community. If you're already a part of this community, thanks so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next show.